Head coach Fred McNair, the Alcorn State Braves will kick off the season this upcoming weekend. On the road, they'll travel to face Southern Miss, and we're happy to be joined by head coach Fred McNair. Coach, if you could please start us out by recapping training camp and previewing your upcoming opponent.
I thought it was a great camp. It was very hot camp. It was very hot. I mean, it was brutal. Starting practice in the morning time and trying to get out of the heat index, and during the course of the morning, about 10:30, 11 o'clock. So it was a great camp. I thought I saw a bunch of guys, young and old. Um, the newcomer freshmen coming in and competing for a position. Very competitive camp. I thought we saw some great things in the guys that we really expected things out of. Some of the older guys coming back, felt like they did an outstanding job of showing leadership during the course of the camp and progressing to the end of it. For this upcoming week, we playing Southern Miss and got a very competitive game. I talked to the guys yesterday after practice, and I just talked to them about the 0-3 start we have against Southern Miss. We haven't won a game in three contests, so it'll be a good opportunity for us to go down and play a hard FBS team to compete against. We got a great chance, I think. We're gonna go down and put a good product on the field and see how this thing turn out. I mean, they got a good running back in Frank Gore Jr. We have to really contain. He's good after the hit, call the yak yards. But we got a lot of things we got to do to prepare for him this week. So just really focus on ourselves these last couple of days and in preparation for Southern Miss on Saturday.
Appreciate those opening comments, Coach. We'll now open up the floor for questions for Coach McNair. Just a reminder, if you do have a question for our coaches, please utilize the raise your hand feature here on Zoom to get your question in the queue for our coaches. We'll now open up for questions for Coach McNair with Alcorn State. First question goes to Kyle Mosley.
Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing good, sir. How you?
Good, good. Talk about your offense going into this season and what should we expect from those guys?
Well, the biggest thing is just going out last year and addressing the position that we need to address in terms of what we need for the offense to really click and take some pressure off our running back. I thought we did a great job of addressing those positions in terms of the wide receivers and the O-line, the tight end position. Those things that kind of help us out during the course of a week was a preparation for different things that we're going to see against Southern Miss defense. So I think our offense will be okay. We'll be very competitive up front. I think we probably some guys that's going to make this thing move a little bit better than it did last year. We had a very good rushing attack last year. Could have been a lot better, but I think toward the end of the season last year we got banged up a little bit offensive line wise. But hopefully we got more depth up front. Quarterback situation, we still got a couple of days to make a decision on that position. The running back position, we got Javion, Nico Duffy, got Leatherwood, we got BJ Rogers in the backfield. So we got a good nucleus of players on the offense side of the ball to make this thing work. So preparation this week, got Tuesday and Thursday practice and Tuesday and Wednesday practice, and hopefully we iron things out on Thursday and move down on Friday and get ready to play on Saturday.
Coach, as far as your quarterback situation is concerned, what are you looking at to be your deciding factor?
Well, the biggest thing is we always want leadership. We want to see who's going to take control of the offense and get these guys moving. Need that leadership at that position, making sure that these guys are putting our offensive line in the best protection, moving guys around and making the right calls, blitz pickup and stuff like that. All that plays a factor in the quarterback position. Who's going to be the head of that ham at that position on Saturday? So we got a couple more days to kind of earn it out, and who's going to rise to the occasion. So both the guys, all the guys did pretty good during camp. I mean, Mako, Allen, Trey. You got those guys that are really competitive, man. Then we got the little freshman Rod from Texas. So all those guys was competitive. They did a great job in the course of camp. Right now, we're just really focused on those guys that the guy that's really gonna make this offense run.
Thank you, Coach.
Next question goes to Garrett Busby. Hey, sorry, Garrett, we can't hear you for some
Hey,
reason.
Coach. Alcorn fans typically try to do that, and as Coach said last time, the stadium.
Okay, can you try again, Garrett?
I said Alcorn fans travel really well. And in fact, the last time the stadium down in Hattiesburg, Coach Hall said was packed out was when y'all came to town. Can you just talk about the importance of your fans just being able to go to games,
I
and
think
present themselves very well in a hostile crowd like that?
I think they'll travel. Alcorn, the fans we have, we travel very well. We don't take that lightly because they know that the young men need their support in the stands. So our alumni, we travel very well. We have a lot of kids from the state of Mississippi that's on our program that's going to be involved in the fan base as well. Going into a hostile environment, we kind of used to that. We played at Southern Miss before. We know how it is down at the Rock. So hopefully, our fans will be louder than their fans in that case, and our band will play louder than their band, making it feel like we're at home. So when we're at home, our band is terrific, our crowd is terrific. So we're gonna travel. We're gonna pack the Rock out just as much purple and gold as we can, just to support our football program in terms of what we need to do to win this ball game and be as loud as we can. So we're gonna have a good crowd down there at Southern Miss.
Next question goes to Mason Smith.
How you doing, Coach McNair? Obviously, this is a big in-state matchup with Southern Miss. When it comes to the recruiting front, because of course Mississippi is a hotbed for prep talent, how big is it to have success against your in-state opponents? That way, high school recruits are saying, well, maybe instead of going to Southern Miss, I may go to Alcorn because of what I saw last game.
I tell you what, we raise that opportunity every time, and the fact that we recruit in the state of Mississippi very well at Alcorn, and we try to get as much talent out of Mississippi we can before we venture off into those other states. And we like our home crowd. We like the Mississippi kids. Unfortunately, we're not able to get all of them. The bigger FBS schools chew the most of them up. Like Southern Miss, they have a couple guys on the team that I've recruited myself from that area. So we're very competitive in the state of Mississippi in recruiting. So it means a lot when we recruit Mississippi and then able to go play an in-state rivalry such as Southern Miss, and just to show, Alcorn is just as good as the FBS schools in recruiting and the caliber football we play as well. So we'll be ready to play, and we'll show the state of Mississippi how well Alcorn is invested in recruiting the state of Mississippi.
Thank you, Coach.
Currently taking questions for Coach McNair with Alcorn State. Once again, if you do have a question, please utilize your raise your hand feature here on Zoom to get your question in queue for Coach. Next question goes to James Hill.
Hey, Coach, I hope you and everybody on the reservation are well. Just talk a little bit about a brand new football season and a great opportunity to win some games and work with young men.
And I tell you what, James, it's always a pleasure to talk to you, man, and um, your tweets and everything that you send out. The biggest thing is, it's a great year for football, and I tell the guys this all the time. Anytime that you get a chance to be able to come out and coach a young football program, a competitive program such as Alcorn State University, is always good. The kids enjoy it. The coaching staff I have really embraced everything that we're trying to do. We take pride in everything we do here at Alcorn State. So it's always good to be able to come out and play a football season such as 2023 is like no other. It's going to be a hotter season. I know that, but hopefully when it cools off, it'll be better football played in the later season. So, but I'm always challenging each and every student athlete that we have to come out and compete, do their best, and always good to mentor the young men that we have playing for us today.
Coach, you have a great opportunity to go into the hub in Hattiesburg. Just talk a little bit about going down to Southern and in coming out and playing Braves football?
That's the biggest thing. And I told the guys, it's been close, and the last time we played them, the scores don't really dictate how close the ball game was because we gave up a kickoff return, we gave a punt return during that course of that game. And I'm really emphasizing on special teams as we speak now. You know how important it is on special teams. It can win ball game for you. It can get you beat as well. So anytime you're going in and play a good quality team that Will Hall got down there in Southern Miss, a very competitive program. He's done a great job since he's been there. Made the Linden Tree Bowl last year, won it. So it's going to be a very competitive ball game. I think that Braves are going to come out and put a good product on the field, but we're going to be very competitive. We're going out to win a ball game. We're not going out there just to show up and collect the check. We're just going out there to win a ball game because I think that's the most important thing that these young men that we have understand. It's not just a game. We're going to win a ball game. So those type of things that really matters to a coaching staff is how well the young men come out and play on Saturday.
Coach, in closing, real quick, this gives fans of the SWAC and also the Alcorn State University an opportunity to see you guys if they're not coming to the reservation, but they can go into the hub. Just talk a little bit about that.
That's the thing. Just going out and making sure the fans see a good product and being able to go to Southern Miss is just a skip and a hop away for some of the fans. But we'll have people out of Texas, we have people out of Alabama, we have people from everywhere that loves Alcorn State football that are coming to see a good football team on the field against a good FBS football program at Southern Miss. So going out there to the Rock is going to be very tough. So white guys understand it. Once the woo and the wild get over with, it's going to be football, just basic football, one-on-one football. That's all it is. So we just have to play hard and play competitive and make sure we're doing the things right, put these guys in a position to win a ball game.